Hey guys, hope you're having a great day. Thanks for coming to Politics and Life. This is Jordan. So today we're reacting to a new YouTuber I just came across. I actually love his material. His name is The Chicago Conservative. Today, this video, he goes through the city of Chicago and asks people who are you better under, Trump or Biden? Please like, comment, subscribe. All right, let's get the video started.
Who you think did a better job as president, Trump or Joe Biden?
Oh, this is about politics.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So you ain't gotta be scared.
I'm not sure, honestly.
Okay, so do you think the economy is better now or 2 years ago, 3-4 years ago?
Probably a few years ago.
A few years ago. So how do you feel?
Real quick, before he gets to asking these people these questions, the dire need for help in Chicago right now, I would say, is more than ever. They have probably a little city that's just being flooded with illegals right now, and it's taken up all of their resources when it comes to them sleeping in police stations, sleeping in airports, sleeping on the sidewalks. Literally, I heard yesterday they're knocking on Americans' doors and asking them to stay in their homes. Can you imagine a person you have no clue who they are just comes knocking on your door at night with 4 others saying, "Hey, can we stay in your house because it's freezing?" That's where Chicago is right now. So for anyone to be able to defend that in this administration when it was clearly easier 4 years ago is just indoctrination at its finest.
The economy was 5 years ago from now.
It was terrible. It was the start of the pandemic. People were losing jobs. Businesses were closing. You can't compare today's economy to pre-pandemic. No.
Okay, so one more question. Who do you think did a better job as a president, Joe Biden or Donald Trump?
Let's see. Joe Biden brought us back from a global pandemic and a global recession, creating new jobs month.
That's a lie. People have returned to jobs that were already there, so that's just a lie. Also, yes, we were shut down, but if you guys remember during the COVID era when the craziness was happening, prices weren't as high as they were now. Nothing was as expensive. So in a dire situation like that and stuff was still cheaper, just shows you how bad the economy truly is today.
Over month. Unemployment is at 4% and below. I would say Joe Biden. Also, we don't have the constant chaos that was caused by Trump.
Oh, you mean the mean tweets that people didn't like that he was saying? So this is the problem with the left. They vote based off emotions and not policies. And I would try to say, get away from your emotions. Sure, he can be mean. But wouldn't you rather have a mean, honest guy than a nice guy who lies about everything to your face? No, we have 3 wars going on right now. We've never been closer to nuclear war right now as we are under this administration. We had 0 wars under Trump. So that's just easily false.
With outlandish remarks on the.
You don't think there's chaos in the Middle East right now?
There's definitely chaos in the Middle East, but that doesn't have so much to do with who our president is as much as it does with like history of the Middle East. Like that's centuries old conflict.
Are you familiar with the Abraham Accords?
I am not.
Okay, so the Abraham Accords is basically when it was a treaty in the Middle East when Donald Trump actually had no wars or anything, especially when it came to our American troops. There was actually not one soldier that died under his watch.
And this is why I say turn off big media, especially CNN and MSNBC. I don't even watch Fox. I think they're terrible too. All big media, turn it off, because under left-wing media, they never talk about his accomplishments. For example, this was well known. Was this 6 years ago that he was doing this stuff, and this woman's never even heard about it. That just shows the clear bias that these people are watching when it comes to big media.
No, okay. There weren't any, I don't know about if there were soldiers that died under his watch or not, but I know there were lots of migrants trying to come to America that was separated from their families and that are still separated. And I think that's tragic. I think that's a.
You think migrants being separated from their families is bad and it's Trump's fault? First of all, they shouldn't have been breaking our federal laws. If parents really cared about their kids, they wouldn't send them on a crazy journey to go across our border and to be in the hands of these cartel workers. So no, that's just a flat out lie. And 2, we've had, I believe it's the 34th consecutive month under this administration where we are beating the previous months, 34 months straight, breaking the record every month for migrants coming across. So if you're going to say a lot came across when Trump had, look at the numbers is all I'm saying. Look at the numbers. The numbers show we had record low under Trump because he was making them remain in Mexico until their court hearing. And we had Mexico actually helping turn the people back. So that's just falsely incorrect.
Humanitarian crisis, that he should have been charged with crimes against humanity for separating families. There's no reason for harshness against children, and a lot of his policies against Muslims, against migrants who are seeking a better life.
What about the 85,000 children? I guarantee it's over 500,000 that have gone missing in this administration. She's literally talking about the dude she supports. He's actually doing.
Was all about harshness.
A lot of people be forgetting that, Obama actually deported more migrants than Donald Trump. Did you know that?
Yeah, but I don't know if deportation is the same as sequestering and separating permanently a child from their mother or their father. Like sending someone back and saying like, okay, this is our policy, you didn't come the right way, is one thing, but to actually break up hundreds of thousands of families, that's irreportable harm.
That's what Biden's
and trauma
doing.
Introduced into a family system that didn't have to be. It would have been better had he deported, but instead he did the most inhumane thing, which is create orphans that are unaccounted for.
Thank you so much.
That's what you call an uneducated
Go
sheep.
Biden.
Yeah,
And then she
okay.
says, go Biden.
Oh, Biden supporter, y'all. Oh, no, we got work to do. We got another lovely lady here, guys. So how do you feel about the economy nowadays? Do you feel like it was better 4 years ago, or do you think it's better now?
It was way better 4 years ago.
Okay, explain that to me.
Like they always say, vote. It's real important to vote. Back then, people really wasn't interested, but now, even after the fact, we had Obama as president. That was a good amount of years that he had, and then when Trump became president, it was just real kind of just
You could be honest.
right. I know, just being in it, you was thinking it's like a game. Like that was fake. I couldn't even because he had money, he became president, but he wasn't really into. I think his father was into politics and knew all the had top secrets and stuff about. So Obama feels like he knows a lot because of what he knew from his, father.
That makes zero sense. What does Trump's father have to do with Trump having knowledge about how the economy works? Trump's a businessman. It's that simple. He knows how to run a business. He ran our economy like his business, and that's why we flourished. We had record unemployment for all minorities, and most of the jobs they talk about that Biden has gained is just jobs that were already there that people are coming back to.
He never knew about the Constitution and politics and stuff. All he had over that, he had money at the time, and that's all it was. He doesn't know anything about the Constitution, the laws, the rules. He was just...
Okay, can I bring up an interesting point for you? Do you know that Obamacare actually put the United States in the most debt as far as inflation?
But that's kind of sad, because a lot of people, when they had Obamacare, a lot of people felt hope, like they had insurance, and
but these people that support Obamacare don't know that, first off, it's about to come to a halt real fast, and two, where do you think the money goes? These big bills that you're getting for visiting these hospitals don't just disappear. What it does is it taxes the middle class and the upper class. So in the end, we just pay more taxes because of Obamacare.
They can go and get checked and stuff like that. A lot of people feel like they don't have insurance and they can't get in debt. But you know, a lot of people are already in debt. But why? Like, where is it? Is it in
That's leading to my next question. Go ahead.
England or Europe? They have free health care and all that stuff. Is that Europe, BK, Canada and stuff? But why not take care of your people before they could, you know, so they could up and strive, you know?
Well, that's not what Joe Biden doing. You think he's taking care of the American people?
Right. I feel right now I don't want Trump to be president again, basically. Like yesterday I went to my girlfriend's house. The first thing her mother said was, Peggy, and my son is 18. She's like, you vote? Are you registered? Vote. She's telling me vote. And you know, being that she wasn't even a citizen, but she's here and she knows how important that is to vote. Her grandkids, and it is important.
Of course, they want these illegals and everyone to vote Democrat. See, this is what's wrong. They think that their base, the Democrat base, are not educated. And you can clearly see when you ask them very basic questions that they have zero clue what they're talking about. She's literally saying Trump only became president because his dad. How does that make any sense? Didn't his dad die a long time ago? That makes no sense. They need to turn off big media and I'd say download X, Twitter, and just start digging into all these things they think, and you will easily find what you've been fed is a lie.
Important to vote because nobody wants Trump.
That's not true.
Why do you think no? So why do you think nobody wants Trump? When Trump was president, do you know that inflation was actually down to 5%?
Yep.
It's at 17 now.
It's so funny to me because a lot of people that I know actually say they're going to vote for Trump, and everybody has their own rights. And I'm like, whoa, it's just how their point of view, how Trump wants to take action with this whole government stuff. But Trump is the way he does, he's blunt, but he's doing things, he's making this world just kind of real messy because he's not.
What about what Joe Biden is doing in the Middle East right now? Do you think it's a lot of peace over there?
Sorry, guys, I paused it and I forgot to unmute it. What I said is this is the problem with Democrat voters. They vote based off emotion and not policy. That's all. Sorry.
No, there's still no peace. There's still no peace. But I feel like he should take care of Americans first. And then, you know.
Hey, you got an opinion? You want to speak on it too? Do you think black people owe the Democrats the vote?
Yes.
Why do you think so?
Because do they owe Republican votes?
No. Do black people owe Democrats votes? Like, do you think that black people owe the Democratic Party the vote?
This woman is not smart.
Yes, I feel they do. Because the Democrats, I felt like not knowing, the Democrats was always basically for the poor. That's what I always get.
You just said the Democrats are for the poor. The reason the poor are so poor is because of the Democrat policies. They are taking your taxpayer funds and shipping them overseas into foreign wars that have nothing to do with us and spending all these billions on illegals coming across our border, breaking our federal laws. This woman, very clueless. I'm sorry.
Look out for people who are in need. The Republicans was always for the rich.
Okay, do you know who founded the KKK? Do you think it was the Republicans or the Democrats?
That I don't know, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, it was the Democrats that actually did that.
Wow.
Yeah, and then do you know who actually freed the slaves? No, Abraham Lincoln, right?
Wow, he was a Republican.
Yeah, he was a Republican, and a lot of people.
There's a lot of stuff people don't put out there because a lot of us already don't like Republicans. They just always say we don't like Republicans. They're for the rich. But I never knew that fact.
Yeah.
And right now I know that fact.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, we've been voting Democrat for over 56 years, and I don't see a change at all.
And you know, little topics like that. That's the thing. Like Trump, he knows a lot about that stuff. And you know, the everyday people, they don't know the facts, the real Like what you just told me.
Either do
Can you
you.
believe I didn't even know that? I didn't know that.
It's a lot of people.
The whole point of view to others when they hear that, they're like, for real? Whoa! They was like, I would have thought, but it was nothing like that. So you just told me something that I need to know, and I know it now through that little short conversation, and that was whoa. That's
All you have to do is go on YouTube and search the history of the KKK, and it will come up that the Democrats created it. They fought to keep it, and they were against even segregating children of color, minorities, in white schools. Biden himself said that, and it's on YouTube. You could find the clip easily. He said, I don't want whites and blacks mixed in schools because, quote, I don't want it to become a racial jungle. Also, he said Obama was the first well-spoken and well-dressed black man he's ever seen. And he actually utilized a KKK leader who was one of his old best friends named Robert Byrd. So please educate yourself, Democrats, when it comes to knowing the history of your own party before you say that the Republicans are the racist ones.
gonna be a hot topic for today to me because I'm like, did you know? I'm gonna go back.
I appreciate you taking the time out your day to talk with me.
Okay, I appreciate too. It's fun and it's cool. It's something that you wake up every day and you think about it because this world, it feels like it's just going down.
It is.
It's going down.
Thank you so much. You have a good day. We're here with
Bobby.
So, Bobby, how you think the economy is doing, man?
Well, I'm a law student, so I can only talk about the law field, but I think it's tough to find a job as a student, but I think there's a lot of jobs right now for lawyers because I think people are having a lot of legal issues.
Okay, just one more question. Do you think the economy is doing better now or 4 years ago?
It's tough to tell. I was 18 years old last. I was working like a minimum wage job 4 years ago. I think generally, well, how long was 4 years ago? That was what? It's 2024, so 2020. Oh, well, it's absolutely doing better now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Besides COVID, I'll say before COVID.
Okay. Before COVID, I think. Well, right now I'm in school right now. We're learning about like the interest rates. I think like the real estate market is doing way worse.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But I think generally from where I'm standing, it's more or less the same. There's definitely inflation and all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
But
17% better.
17% inflation? What?
Yeah.
When? Right now?
Right now. Oh yeah.
Shit, I didn't know that. Well, the food prices are definitely higher for sure.
Yeah, we can barely get grocery bags now, sir.
The food prices are
Everything
for
is.
sure terrible. So, it's either one clown in the office or the other. If that's what you're getting at.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's my opinion. It's either one clown or the other clown, and you got to just choose between them.
Yeah. Thanks for your opinion, man.
Yeah, you got it, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
Have a
luck
good
to
one.
you.
Yeah, you too, brother. What's up, y'all?
I don't understand how people say that Trump and Biden are the same type of people. There's stark differences. Now that we have 4 years of each, we can literally go through the data and see what was better. Crisis of the border, Biden. No crisis at the border, Trump. Secure the border, Trump. Open the border, Biden. Spending all of your money and send it to Ukraine and all these foreign wars, Biden. Trump, he wants to actually settle the war on the first day. I mean, just right there should tell you who you need to vote for. I could give you like 30 different things.
I'm saying, Trey, follow me on Instagram, check out the YouTube, check out everything. As far as my opinion, I would say 4 years ago, man, I feel like things was more affordable. I feel like the person that was in office, y'all already know, he looked out as far as stimulus, other checks, man. Look, people was touching money in that time, man. You gotta acknowledge that. Rather you rock with this party, that party, man. He looked out as far as the money, as far as people being able to fund certain shit. Now we just in a point where, hey, you heard, I didn't even know that inflation was up 17%. So knowing that that's steady on the rise, and every time I go in a gas station, I'm paying more for the same thing I was paying for the previous day. Literally, I had that experience. So I feel like we in a point where it's like we surviving more than anything, more than living, I feel like it's always been that way, but now it's at a point where we just barely holding on. So I would definitely say 4 years ago was definitely better overall. As far as COVID, yeah, that hit us. It did what it did, but as far as the economy, with no COVID around, we in a crazy position right now. So it's like I feel like there's no excuse on Biden's end, because you ain't in the middle. You ain't being a president in the middle of a pandemic. You know, that's a lot of weight to put on a president. You know, at that.
Well, remember the left, when Biden became president or fake president, he actually fired thousands upon probably hundreds of thousands in the military and other professional fields if you didn't get the COVID booster. He forced it. Trump was against that. Also, on top of that, he shut down the economy, and they tried to do it again recently, but the public wasn't with it. I like this guy. He's educated. But yes, could you imagine how amazing our economy would have been if, let's say, the COVID pandemic didn't happen, which it pisses me off when people try to blame Trump for that. It's not his fault he did it. He's not a doctor. He went and took the advice from his advisors, and sure, he was a little wrong on the pandemic. That's probably the only criticism I'll give Trump. But when it comes to everything else, he did an amazing job. I just don't see how every person's not saying this.
A time to be dealing with that, and that's going on, and everything, any decision that he makes has to surround that. So it put him in a tight spot. So I definitely say 4 years ago, definitely better overall.
So we here with my main man,
PD Wheatstraw.
All right, man. So how do you think the economy is doing right now, man?
In the Chicago area, Chicagoland, man, the economy is volatile. It changes. It's variable. You know what I'm saying? It's unstable. It's not a lot of job opportunities, especially in these neighborhoods that need these opportunities, like Inglewood and its high crime areas. It needs to be more opportunities for the brothers to go to, you know, and get their finance flowing. You know, that's what I really think. Like, the economy needs some type of help for the people in the hoods.
Do you think the economy was doing better now or 4-5 years ago, before COVID?
That's a great question. I think it's actually doing a little better than before COVID. You know, like COVID helped to jumpstart a lot of opportunities to build finance for people, and people took those opportunities and used them. And then some people didn't utilize the opportunities. But just generally, I think that the economy doing much better since COVID. You know what I'm saying?
All right, bro. Thanks, man. I appreciate it, bro. All right, guys. That's the end of the video.
All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know I paused it quite a bit. Sorry. Sometimes I just like to put my 2 cents in a little more than some videos. But yeah, I'm going to start posting more reviews of this guy. I really like the stuff he's doing. He's doing God's work. Have a great day. Talk to you guys soon.